Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft with me, Nisi. Hi, I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I'm probably about not to be because I need to go into the Nether and I absolutely hate it in there. But I really need quartz, so I'm gonna have to go in and do my best to get as many as I can, not die, not lose all my gear, and get out safe. So let's go! Well, we're not off to a great start already. Ow! Okay, let's leave. No! That's fun. Alright, we're here in our greenhouse area, and this is our plan for today. It's to build up our farms for the greenhouse. I spent a lot of time thinking about what the best way to build this is, and I think it's probably smarter to put the farms down first and then build around them, because I'm not actually certain how much space everything's going to take. I don't want to put up the glass walls and then have to take it all down just because I'm missing like a block of space. So I'm gonna go ahead and just try to build a couple of the farms I'm envisioning, and then I'll build a building around it. Alright guys, I got my first micro farm done. Here it is. It doesn't actually take up too much space, which is why it's called a micro farm. There it is. If you've never seen one of these before, let me talk you through them. They are definitely very handy if you've got a steady supply of bone meal. So the idea is you've got an observer here that detects whether the block has been updated, which it does when you place the seed. And in that case, it sends out a pulse out from the back of it here, which powers 3 dispensers, all filled with bone meal. They'll all activate at the same time and get the plant to grow. So you're bone mealing it 3 times, because if we were to do it normally, and then plant, I don't have any bone meal. Aha. If we were to do it normally, 1, 2, 3. 3 is pretty much what it takes. I think sometimes you can get lucky and have it 2. Yeah, 2. But 3 is the max. 2, 3. Yeah. So you need at least 2 dispensers. I can probably work it on 2, but you're gonna waste some bone meal because it's not always gonna grow. And then just to harvest the plant, you've got a little sticky piston situation down here. It's always powered, but when it receives a pulse, it goes and turns off the redstone torch. Is that what they're called? I think the redstone torches. It turns off the redstone torch, and this pulls back, which causes the plant to get collected. And as a bonus, the more, it even pushes it towards you. Great. Simple enough. So I built this one off camera, but we are going to do one together, because next up on the agenda is a 2 tall one for my flowers. Because obviously I can do this, but that's not nearly as fun as having a machine do it for you. Let's see, I do have an observer left. We're going to need, this one's not going to need a sticky piston. What's the distance I want to put between these? 3 blocks? That could work. And I also don't need the water. Okay, observer. Not the wrong way. This way. Aha. Put the... They always grow off center. Okay. Next. Oh, I've only got 1 dispenser. Go in there. There we go. The 1's probably going to be enough, to be honest. So that's fine. Get rid this up. This might be a bit harder because I don't know if bone mealing it. No, it doesn't cause the block to update. So how do we get this dispenser to go permanently? I think dispenser? Yes. I think we need another observer. So we don't even need this observer. It's going! Stop please! Okay, I'm gonna need an on and off switch for this. Alright guys, the second micro farm is done. So let's test it out. It works mostly great, but there's a bit of a delay, so... what's the best way to fix this? I've got a repeater somewhere. I have a repeater in here. Do I need a repeater? If I do this. It breaks the whole thing if I do that. Why does that break the whole thing? What if I do this? Nope. Oh, I broke the whole thing in a different way. What do I do now? Huh? Please stop. Okay. Right. I think we need to keep that repeater. Okay, I am done with the rose farm. It's not perfect, but it works. Sometimes. Okay guys, I swapped out the pressure plate for a lever, and it's working perfectly now. No issues with it at all. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to just duplicate these farms into sort of a long double-sided corridor. So one on this side, one on the other side. And we need 4 of these. So one for each crop that we can use it for, which I think is wheat, potatoes, carrots, and beetroot. And then one for each double tall flower as well, which I don't remember how many there are of. I think there's 4 or 5. Not sure. So we're gonna build one for each. Alright, so this hallway is now starting to take shape, and I've got all the farms finished up around here. So now I'm gonna need to build a glass house around it, is what I'm trying to say. But all of these farms are now hopefully functional. I don't have any beetroot, so this one's empty. And I've got a little system here where if I forget to bring the vegetable with me, it gives me a potato. I plant it. I have more potato. Fantastic. I just have to... oh yeah. It breaks the button. I'm gonna have to think of some other way of activating this maybe. But yeah, I'll put the potato back in. Will this still break it now? No. Yeah, that works. Okay, we might just need to put the buttons one out. It might look a bit ugly. I'm not sure, but that's a problem for a future me. Put the potatoes back in. A little signs here to indicate what's in the droppers. And yeah, so the plan now is, before I build everything else around it, is I need to hook up this bone meal generator into all of these hoppers, because all of these farms run on bone meal. So I'm going to have a big minecart track going around the roof, I think. I did consider thinking if there's any way I can hide it in the floor, but I think it would just be too much hassle. So I think I'm going to go for a minecart. I could also go for a water system, but I like minecarts. I think they're underused. So I'll need one going through this side and one going through this side. There's only one hopper for each of these though, so it shouldn't take as long of time to set up. And I think the hardest part might be actually getting the overflow complete for the generator for the moss farm. Because right now, if it fills up, it kind of just starts stacking in these hoppers. But I don't really have any space underneath to actually hook up any sort of system to it. So I'm gonna need to have a good think of where I can add things into. But I'm sure I'll manage to get something done. Okie dokie, I have hit a brick wall, a stopping point. I cannot go on with this just now. I can't put the comparator here as a dispenser because doing so, even with a slab, will block the water flow and start raining the farm. So I'm thinking I need enough bone meal that all of these hoppers fill up and I can put a comparator in here. A comparator? Yep. Which means I need to just let the farm do its thing, because it will get to that point. Not very quickly, but I've had it like filled up to there before with this hopper. In fact, okay, that's fine. So in the meantime, while I let that run, I'm gonna work on the interior here for the hallway. So woo, exciting times. Started working on the flooring, guys, but I'm not digging the the massive amounts of stone brick here, so I'm going to definitely need to do something different for the floor. I'm thinking wood right now. I like the mossy for a greenhouse. I wanna keep it very nature themed. Alright, I am working on a new pattern for the flooring, and I think I really like this actually. I was sort of 50-50 between it, in my head, this is before I put it on the floor, between it kind of being like this. I was maybe even gonna replace these with leaves. We had a lot of leaves. Do you like leaves? You could do like that. But I actually really like it when it's... Oop, get rid of these. And it's glass. Oh, I don't have any glass. Colored glass. Here we go. Do love that, but I think I want to waterlog the leaves actually. I think that just ties it all together because this is maybe me being a bit too lazy, but oh no, you can still tell. I was going to say that if the leaves are waterlogged, you can't see that there's dirt under there, but you can a little bit see it. So I'm gonna end up replacing all that dirt anyways, aren't I? Yeah, that's gonna bother me now that I've noticed it. You learn something new. I really thought, I mean, from like, it's not obvious, right? If you look at this, it's not really obvious that there's leaves, dirt when you look at the waterlogged leaves, but it's quite obvious when you look at those ones. But anyways, a little bit of blue helps to tie it all together. I ran into a bit of an issue though. There's literally all of my glue started. So I'm gonna have to venture back into Nether at some point. I did think about using jack-o'-lanterns, but I didn't like it. I don't know if it's just me, guys, but when you see the combination of like water and glowstone, does not just make you think of like the old Aether mod. That's immediately what it brings to my mind. But in a good way. It feels like celestial. There's a bit of a like graphical thing here where the water is not rendering past glass, but that's not mad. It's not going to be an issue once we put glass all the way around, so that should be okay. It's just that one specific side of the block, just for some reason, just doesn't want to do anything. But yeah, it's gonna be bright in here, especially because we're gonna have this white glass sort of doming round. That's the idea. There we go. It's starting to come together a bit. So I still don't have that glowstone to finish off the floor. But I'm loving the vibe so far. It's nice. And if you're not a lover of birchwood, don't worry. I think it will all come together. It's gonna be so bright inside here. It's gonna be so nice. I actually really love birchwood. I know for some people it's maybe a bit too bright, but we're gonna have a lot of pastel color in here actually, just to contrast with the stone walls. So I think it's gonna work amazing. I desperately need to get that glowstone because we're gonna need a lot more than just this for the entire building. Alright, I ventured out into the nether and I got all the glowstone to finish off the floor, which looks great. And to tie the floor together, I'm gonna use the birch sort of on the sides here. I had little windows in here before, but I think I prefer pillars instead. I don't think there's gonna be anything for the windows to look through there. It's probably just gonna be walled off for the redstone. So I've got little pillars here, and I'm gonna build these up like this. I think I love the way this one looks. Let's see. There we go. And I'm just gonna duplicate that 2 more times onto these. And then we're gonna start putting glass around it. Yeah, it's looking so cute. Guys, I have put the green in the greenhouse. Oh man. This place looks so different. I love it. I love it so much. It does. I mean, it doesn't feel too much like a greenhouse because there's maybe not enough glass. But that's okay because we're gonna have other sections where there is there is glass, a lot of glass, and hopefully it's gonna look like a greenhouse from afar. So far, not as much. Where's my shovel? But this is just sort of the entrance, and the plan is that we're gonna have an exit out. Well, not an exit, but kind of an exit. We're gonna have a path down here to this side of the greenhouse, which is going to have the moss farm. And then we're gonna have something else on this side, probably some sort of farm for, well, I'm not sure what yet. Something like sugarcane maybe? That could work. Sugarcane farm. And then if we need to, we could also add the same on these sides and add more entrances, but there isn't actually too much space at the end here, so I'm not sure if I add another farm. But yeah, I'm loving it. It's coming together. I think what I want to get is a few spore blossoms. I'm not sure if I have any though, and if I do, it might only be 1 or 2. So I probably need to venture out to some lush caves. But yeah, it's coming along together, and I definitely need to do caving because the next step is, before I can build anything else, is I want to get this rail done to transport the bone meal. I don't even have enough to do all this bit, and I've not even started on getting the red rails, the powered rails, I think is what they're called. I've not even started on getting those. I'm not actually sure if they need iron, to be quite fair, but this is literally all I've got left. Is 4 ingots, so we're out again. And I'm still gonna need a whole bunch of hoppers as well. So I'm thinking that in the middle here, this is where the rail goes above, right? And I'm gonna cover it up, I think, like this, so I can't see the rail from the inside. But I also considered maybe having this to be our bone meal dispensing station. So after it fills up all the farms, I need some sort of overflow and a place for it to dump all the bone meal. And I thought this would be excellent, but then this is 3 blocks, and so no matter what I do, I could put in 3 barrels, I guess. But I also really love the way the glass looks here, so it feels more symmetrical. So I think maybe instead of doing it there in the middle and blocking off the whole thing with redstone and having it be in a weird shape, I might put in like a corridor here, perhaps. Or maybe in this little space here. You know, this might actually be easier. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm just waiting for it to turn night so I can see what this looks like inside, if there's enough light. I hope there is. There is glowstone in the ceiling, in the floor, there's glowberries. Hopefully. It's looking pretty bright in here. How dark is it outside? It's pretty dark outside. Have things spawned? They have spawned now. Okay, yep, this is definitely light enough. So for no mobs to spawn. And now if I get myself up to the ceiling. Oh, it's very light on the ceiling as well. I've put in a lot of glowstone. I wouldn't mind if it gets snowed in. But I also think I would prefer the glass to stay, well, glass instead of having snow layers on it. So hopefully this glowstone will melt most of it. Just so we have the vibes. Let's sleep now. And I forgot to add that in here, I'm not loving the planks actually. I'm not sure if I want the stairs either. Let's try it without the stairs. And then I might swap out all these planks to be birch logs like I've got here, because I think that looks a lot cleaner with the stone. This feels a lot more empty now without the stairs. Oh, I've left the stair. There is a lot more space. I have to think about it, but I'm gonna swap out all of these. And I've updated all of the planks here with just a bit of stripped logs. I think it looks a lot cleaner. With this color scheme, it works a lot better, so I love that. So I would say this great haul is, I think what I'm going to call it, the Great Greenhouse Haul. I'm not sure, maybe it's just the farming haul. I think this is pretty much complete. There's a little bits to fill in. I think you can see, yeah, you can see past some leaves. This still needs a ceiling, but yeah, it's pretty much complete, and I think that's all the time we have for today, so we're gonna have to leave it off here. I hope you guys like how green the greenhouse looks. Next episode, we're gonna rig this up, and if you've noticed the minecart whizzing about, I did add this on, and I am gonna have to hide this somehow. As this minecart loops around each of the hoppers, it drops off one bone meal, assuming I fill it up. Yeah, it's empty just now. So I might need to add a couple minecarts going all at once here just to drop off more bone meal. That's going to be our bone meal collection system. Oh, I've hit the minecart there. Bone meal collection system, so we're going to hook that up. And what I think I'll do in between episodes is, I need a lot more bone meal for this, I think, so I'm going to make a copy of the moss farm, either put it to the side here or just above it. I think it might be simpler because then I can drop them down into the hoppers underneath pretty simply. But I'll do that off camera because I've already built one together. So it might look a little bit different next episode. But then hopefully, once we're back, we can just finish up this side of the greenhouse. And that will be lovely. That's going to get even closer to finishing. But anyways, guys. Oh, hello. Oh, oh, I need this actually. I don't have any mangroves. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I bring emeralds. Oh, by 2. Thank you. Pleasure doing business with you. Now please be on your way. Oh, that's actually the first time I ever bought anything of those that was useful. So I'm chuffed. Okay. How fitting to get something for the greenhouse. Yay! Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Have a lovely day or night or evening or morning. Bye!